Think of Goa, and a specific image probably comes to mind: miles of sun-drenched sand, luxury resorts, and a nightlife drawing crowds from around the world. It's the coastline that originally put this state on the map, attracting the first major waves of international travelers looking for an escape. But every June, the atmosphere shifts. Massive storm clouds roll in from the Arabian Sea, and the tourists depart, leaving behind what many travelers consider the dead season. While the resorts empty out, the local population reacts differently. For those who live here, the arrival of the rain is a reason to step outside. The exodus of travelers signals a change in focus. As the coastline goes quiet, the state settles back into a social cycle directed by the arrival of the monsoon. Following that cycle means heading inland, toward the misty, flooded valleys of the Western Ghats. In these valleys, the Catholic and Hindu heritage of the region remains visible in structures that have stood through centuries of storms. Historically, the volume of water flooded roads and swelled rivers, physically isolating these inland villages for months at a time. This seasonal isolation allowed local customs to develop in private, maintaining a way of life that remains distinct from the commercial developments of the coast. To understand the modern state, you have to follow the chronological calendar of the rain as it moves through the summer months. It starts in late June. As the first heavy rains flood the land, the villages begin the festival of Saujuan. Villagers weave together fresh fruit, leaves, and flowers into vibrant crowns called copels, worn to honor St. John the Baptist. The high point of the celebration involves the entire neighborhood gathering around ancient, overflowing stone wells to leap directly into the water. It's a moment of communal reunion where locals share plates of spicy food, pour out glasses of cashew feni, and play traditional instruments alongside the wells. The nearby resort pools sit empty and sterile, while the village wells are transformed into the center of a chaotic local celebration. Sanjuao takes the physical challenge of extreme flooding and turns it into a shared experience of abundance. By July, the ground can no longer absorb the water. In the village of Marcel, the temple grounds churn into a thick, deep mud. This creates the setting for Chikal Kalo, a physical celebration of Lord Krishna's childhood playfulness. Participants dive into the muck for a series of structured games and mock wrestling matches that require total immersion in the earth. It is a direct link between the local community and the land at its highest point of saturation. Covered in the same clay, the participants stand on a level playing field where the earth itself temporarily erases social distinctions. As the monsoon continues, the focus shifts to the rising river systems and the fishing communities who must navigate them. To mark the feast of Saints Peter and Paul, these communities organize an aquatic celebration known as Sangad. The event relies on local engineering. Fishermen lash multiple canoes together with crossbeams to create a single, stable floating platform. Under the heavy monsoon clouds, these boats become stages for musicians and dancers who perform directly on the rushing river water. Sangad shows how the fishing community adapts, turning the swollen rivers that halt their work into a setting for art and devotion. By August, the rain reaches the river island of Divar. Centuries ago, this island was defined by violent land feuds and boundary disputes between competing villages. Those historical tensions eventually evolved into Bondaram, a festival of mock battles where the villages now compete with colorful flags and elaborate parades. The celebration provides a way for the community to acknowledge their history and maintain local peace through a shared artistic performance. These large public events rely on a much quieter, intergenerational transfer of knowledge. It is seen in the work of families weaving flower tiaras, carving wooden boat models, and preparing traditional recipes passed down through generations. These rituals operate independently of the tourism industry, maintained by families as private expressions of their own history. The summer sun sustains the state's modern economy, but the return of the rain preserves its social and historical foundation.